Hi, thank you for watching my video, and today I'm going to compare a regular GoPro on a normal GoPro mount with a GoPro Karma gimbal. For those who don't know, it's a handheld Steadicam mount. So anyway, as you can see here in the video, you've got me riding my bike. You can just make out one of my hands with my fingers popping in now and then on the left. As you can see, there's a lot of shake, and on audio you'll hear a lot of vibration running through the actual handlebars. There we go, me bimbling along, and in a minute it's going to jump over to another video with the GoPro mount with added on top of that a gimbal, the Karma. There we go, so there I am on the Karma, and as you can see already it's a lot smoother. To give you an idea, look at the actual cable and handlebar in shot. Now you can see that the cable seems to be rocking up and down along with the handlebar, and that's because the GoPro is actually counter affecting the camera shake. Now you're going to get some camera shake, but you're going to get considerably less as the GoPro starts to assess the information and counterbalance towards the shake, rattle and roll if you go the old rock and roll method. So there you go, that's where you'll have in shot everything seems to be jarring up and down, but the actual main part of the video is pretty steady, and that I actually find quite impressive. One of the reasons why I got the actual grip is because of this. When you're walking or moving, you're getting noticeable bob and weave, that's the right way of saying it. It does have some of its disadvantages, and I'll mention this in a moment, but other than that, as you can see, it's quite an effective countermeasure to stabilize the shot. Now you can use on the GoPro, it's got its own stabilization, but when you do that you lose about 10% of your picture. Effectively it's electronically doing what the actual gimbal's doing here by moving the image or keeping the image static, in a kind of a hard way to explain it without actually showing you. But if you can imagine, if you've got two squares, one slightly smaller than the other, and the smaller squares, the actual view you see, and the bigger view, the bigger square is the view that you've actually got selected in your format. Electronically, that's what the stabilization's doing. So I'm going to get a lot of grief about that, aren't I? People are going to complain and ask me what the hell I'm talking about. So as you can see, anyway, there you go. That's what the GoPro Karma grip looks like mounted on the bike. And now I've got the camera mounted straight on a chest mount. Now I'm walking with a pardon me, I'm walking with a bit more, what's the right word, pace, and that's causing this bob. Now that's going to be part of what you're going to be doing if you're going to carry a camera around on you at some point. You can walk like a ninja, don't get me wrong, but I'm exaggerating this just to try and show you what it's like, especially if you're actually moving quite fast. You don't see very many lightning fast ninjas moving around gliding, well, apart from in the movies, but you know, in general. Mind you, then again, you shouldn't really see ninjas because ninjas don't get seen. Bad ninjas get seen. And there we are now with the chest mount again, but this time with the actual gimbal on. Now again, I'm walking with a bit of pace and you can see the bob, but notice how the picture is more stable because effectively the GoPro is fighting my actual bob and weave. And again, I'm quite impressed. It's smoother, there's not that rock. Obviously if you look at the background you're going to see it, trees, stuff like that. It's more of a physical variation of what you get when you go on YouTube and you put a video up and it asks, do you want to stabilize it? YouTube's doing something similar, but it's electronically. The only difference being there that the image looks like it's being stretched and pulled in different directions. This actually is just a, you know, perspective change as the gimbal weaves about. Now still moving along here on this jetty with the gimbal mount set. Now it's set vertically, so the camera's set kind of at 90 degrees perpendicular to the wand, if you can call it like that. And here I'm just showing you what happens when you take the scenery in. Now of course with this, I've noticed there's a bit of lag on the camera. Now that's not a bad thing. That kind of breaks the movement at the end. If you turn, the camera doesn't turn straight away with you, doesn't whiplash round, it slowly pulls round and then it comes to a gradual stop. here I'm actually carrying the camera in my hands, effectively pointing the wand towards things. So this is how you're meant to hold the actual the grip. You're not meant to hold it vertically like a pole. You're meant to hold it kind of a bit like a wand. You point it at things. And I'm just leaning on the jetty here, looking at stuff. But again, it's pretty stuff. I like it. I'm impressed. I'll do more of a bigger breakdown on stuff on what I've found with the equipment, but this is going to be a useful asset for me on my holidays at the end of this month. Now, I'm going to come up to, in a minute, near the end of this video, we're going to come up to a nice little time-lapse photography, which is a real good thing the gimbal's good at, because if you try time-lapsing by holding it, you're going to get a mess. Not like this. Looks quite smooth. I'm quite impressed. So anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully more videos will come soon. Take care.